Hello, lovely creative people. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, The Creative Book Shack. I'm Debs. I'm going to try something new today. I'm doing prompt 7, which is water, for the hashtag FFF2026, Finding the Fun in February, that's been organised by Hazel at Art with Hazel and Candy at Candy's Crafty Creations. Now, I have been tidying up my craft room, sorting things out. It had got out of control. I found this lino print stuff. There are some in here that I have previously made just to print mark making stuff. If you've never done it before, you take these sheets, which are actually quite soft. You take these very sharp tools, you gouge holes in them, you print from it. Now, one of the things you can do with this is you can stamp on it and you can then take out the bits you want to. Now there's no point in creating the stamp again, but if you take out the lines of the stamp, you get what you want in reverse. Alternatively, you can just draw a picture on it and you can see how that goes, which is what I did. Now, I took inspiration from this book, which I have been reading for something completely different. It's called Wild. It's by Amy Jeffs, and I found this image and I thought, I wonder if I can recreate something like that. So I drew what I wanted on here. It's not exactly the same. It's my interpretation of it. I drew it in pencil and then I used those tools to cut out the lines. And now we are going to see for the first time what it looks like. So I have my lino cut. I have some wet dry tissue paper. I've also got 2 jelly plates, 2 of my small jelly plates. I have got some block printing ink, and then I've got a few acrylic paints for when I move on to the gel plates. First of all, we're going to see what this looks like on here. I'm going to use a relatively small what are these called? Can't remember. I tell you what I've also got. I've got a piece of acetate so I can roll the paint out, because some of these holes are really small. I don't want to put too much ink on it so they fill in these holes. But this is a complete experiment. I've never done anything like this before. I've only ever created sort of big block print things. So let us see how it goes. I'm going to put, that's all. Let's get some tissue. I don't want that on there. It's full, so it won't shake. Let's try that again. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of that on there. I don't know whether this will spread the whole way, but I'm just going to roll it out on here until I get a thin enough coating on it to do the lino print. I think that might do it. Let's move that slightly to one side and give it a go. Wish me luck. I think that is actually taking on the bits that I want it to take on and not taking on the rest of it. Now, I want to be reasonably speedy because I don't want it to dry out, but I don't think I have enough ink. So let's put some more on. Let's give this a squidge and let's see if this is any better. I'm going to cover the whole block. It's drying so quickly. I will need a bit more on there. So I think I pressed too hard with this because I get the lines from the edges of it and I don't want those. Look, they're there as well. Let's take just a little bit more. I think that will do me. So a piece of this wet and dry tissue paper. Now there's a smooth side and there's a shiny side. I'm going to go with the shiny side face down and I am going to smooth that on like that. You can sort of see where it's picking up and where it's not picking up, and it doesn't appear. I'm just going to redo that bit. Okay, I have one of these. I don't know what they're called. I'm going to go over it. I'm not going to press too hard because I've never used this paper before, and although it says wet and dry, I don't want to go through it. Okay, shall we have a look? There is my whale. I am not displeased with that. What I am displeased with are all these lines from the brayer. So I think what I should do is be vaguely more generous with the ink and slightly less pressured with the brayer, and just try and give it a coat without leaving lines. I'm leaving lines everywhere. I don't want the lines. So let's give this another go and see if we can get a slightly better print of it. So that's almost all covered. I think that I have fewer edge brayer. Is this called a brayer? Or am I just making that up? I think I should try again. Shall we experiment with... No, we won't. I'll go with that bit down again. So I'm going to put that on there. I'm just going to spread it out like that. Get as much to the edge as possible. And then take it off. There's still a couple, but I think that's a better print. I actually quite like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to leave those over there to dry. Oh, they're sticking. Hold on. Disaster averted. Let's put those over there to dry. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to continue to use the lino block, but we're going to try and see whether we can jelly print them and remove some stuff. So here is, this is a beaten up old jelly plate. Still appears to have quite a lot of stick to it though. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to replace it with this. I'm going to remove what I can of that printing ink. And then I'm going to put some, I tell you what also I'm going to do, I'm going to clean off that other ink from here. Just give it a quick wipe, because what I want it to do is I want it to pick up the ink from the gel plate. Oh dear, look at this. This is a messy game. But I don't mind getting messy in a craft room. I think we might need another one of those. So we'll take all this off here to start with. I'm not that bothered about my fingers. I'm more bothered about the fact that it has actually stuck in some of those holes. But we won't think about that too much at the moment. Right, so the plan is I'm going to put some ink on one jelly plate. I'm going to take the print off that jelly plate. It needs to hang over. And then I'm going to try and reprint it on the other jelly plate. So I sort of need both jelly plates out, and we'll see how it works. This is a much better jelly plate, although I do appear to have bits all over that side. Let's put that on there. So we will ink this one. I think we will put on there a combination of blue and black acrylic paint, just to see how it works out. We will move that about a bit. That's way too much. I'm very good at over inking these. So take some off. Remove it, remove it. Okay, What we're going to do is we're going to take this, which isn't exactly going to fit on there. So I want the nose of it on there. So I'm going to take that in the hope that it will lift the ink, which it has. Then I am immediately going to put that on this jelly plate and see if I can transfer some of it, which I think I have, but I don't know how that's going to work out. Then I'm going to dry it, so I'm just going to put you on pause. Right, they're dried, and I've remembered to take you off pause. I think with this one, actually maybe with both of them, I'm going to put some dobs of blue on here. I'm also going to put, what should we go with? Let's go with the gold. And put a little bit of gold on. Get as much ink off my brayer as I can, and then give this a smoosh about. Oh, this brayer is useless. It's very loose, actually. Okay, I think that's as good as we're going to do with that. And then I'm going to take this I am going to put it on there. I'm going to move it to one side while we do this one. I think this one will take some bronze. In fact, I might just do the whole lot in bronze, just to see. You'll take the bronze and spread it about. I missed the positioning on this one. It's slightly off, so there's going to be like an inch of blanks, well, bronze now, space at the bottom. Then we will take this final sheet of this tissue paper and we will put it down there. Right. Okay, shall we see what we've got with these lino prints? Bit nervous about it, to be honest. So, okay, this is quite a neat pull. It's not leaving too much behind. And although it doesn't look remotely like the whale, I can see me using that for some background paper. Let's get that one out of the way and try this one. Ooh. Okay, this is slightly more difficult to pull. I think I might pull it from this direction. This is the old one that I had. Now I'm going to tear it if I do it from that direction. Let's try again this way. This tissue paper is actually quite strong. I'm going to pause you again. This could take a while. Wow, it took an absolute age to get that off. Not so happy with that one. There's a couple of rips in it. The blue didn't come out through very well, but I can use it for backing paper. Anyway, this is my water. Here is my whale. I am I stuck that to there. Pretty pleased with my lino prints, particularly the second take. I shall use that. I'm not sure where, but I shall use that. That's it for today. Thank you very much for stopping by. Always lovely to see you. Thank you to Candy and to Hazel for this brilliant collaboration. I shall see you soon. Bye for now.